What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me on D's Analysis. Today we're going to be looking at BTC and going over a couple metrics. So here on the weekly, I did think that we would turn this into a wick and into a green candle, because I thought the price action looked kind of funny after having a major wick off of this level and closing back within this trend line. I thought that last move would be the fake out. I thought that would be the bottom, and I thought it was going to be a higher low. But at the moment, it looks like I might have been wrong, and we could potentially break below that. If we break below that, we could see prices that are much lower. Hopefully that's not the case, but at the moment, this level is already drawn out previously. If we hold this close through Sunday night, coming up soon, within the next hour and a half or so, we could get a bounce and a drop further. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm still bullish long term. I still don't think there's anything to worry about yet. I just think there's a lot of negative sentiment around Bitcoin lately and just the stock market in general. So that's what I'm seeing at the moment. We do have a minor level at 75,000, and I think the next major level of support would be this level right here. Somewhere in this region would be that next level. And if we crack that, then we're going to see this trend line, which I definitely don't want to see. And if we fall below that, then I might be thinking that the cycle is over. But I don't think this is a cycle top. Not yet. I think 2025 is still going to be a good year. Maybe I'm too optimistic. You let me know in the comment section down below. We're going to be taking a look at the Fibonacci retracement. We're going to go back to the last cycle. And we have this drawn out from the cycle low to the cycle high. And that corresponded with the 1618. And when you draw a horizontal line to that 1618, that tapped it, and that was the local high in the meantime. Not saying that this is a cycle high, but it's a local high. It literally tapped it to the T. I mean, it couldn't have been any more perfect than that. Right on the 1618. So I'm just going to do a hypothetical. We're just going to say that this is a cycle top, right? This is not. I'm not saying that this is actually going to happen, okay? Before anybody says that, I don't want anyone to think that this is the top. I'm not saying that by any means. But I'm going to say that this is the top, right? Just for this example here. So we're going to do it again. We're going to go from the cycle top to the cycle low, which was in 2023, because 2022 was part of the last cycle. So we're going to start it from there. If this was the local high, if this was a cycle high, then that would correspond with 167 for the following cycle, for that to be the next top. This is just hypothetical speculation. We don't know. It's just something that I saw and I wanted to connect the dots. That's all. So you guys let me know what you think about that. We're going to take a look here at the Bollinger Bands as well. We are now pushing to that green band. I thought we were going to hold above this blue band and just start rallying up, especially after the unemployment. It wasn't terrible. It went up. The consensus was 4.0, ended up being 4.1. I don't think that it's a cause for concern yet. So I'm surprised that we're not getting that move up, especially after the whole Bitcoin reserve that was signed off by President Trump. A look here at the daily Bollinger Band. We're currently at the bottom on the green band. We're making almost contact with it. We might make contact with it today. Let's see if we get a bounce back to the blue band and rally back up. Now back to the upside. We're back to the same levels that we had drawn out previously. Let me take this off. So it would be that roughly around $98,000 to $100,000 level that we'd have to crack to move on up to this next 106 and all-time highs. So this is what I'm seeing. We have this level that's currently being broken, and we have this level up here. We're still remaining below this trend line at the time, and we're going to take a look at the SMAs. And we did crack below the 200-day moving average, which is a very strong level of support. It's now going to be a strong level of resistance if we hold this for the next hour and 10 minutes. On the weekly, we are looking at We cracked the 20. We're pushing down to the 50. So let's see. Maybe we get a bounce at the 75 with that minor support level on the daily and the 50 SMA. And maybe that's confluenced together and it allows Bitcoin to bounce back up. I do think the bounce will be pretty quick. We'll see. I could be completely wrong. Do not make any trading decisions based off this information. It's not financial advice. It's just speculation, just having fun with this. So I saw an interesting metric where I was saying anytime the dollar drops 2.5% or more, 100% of the time, Bitcoin has gone up. So anytime the dollar has dropped 2.5%, 100% of the time, Bitcoin has gone up. So we're going to take a measure of what happened this last week. The dollar absolutely tanked. Look, we're past 2.5. Dropped all the way to 3.8, and Bitcoin was still going down. But 100% of the time, Bitcoin has gone up. So maybe this following week, maybe we go up, or maybe it takes a little bit of time. But 100% of the time, Bitcoin has gone up after a 2.5% drop on the dollar. So that's just something to take into consideration. Put that in your back pocket and remember that later. Ethereum's just been getting slaughtered. If you've been feeling bad about your Bitcoin, just take a look at Ethereum, make you feel a little bit better. Yeah, it's been brutal, if we're being honest. It's been bleeding out to Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance remains going. It continues to go up. So we've been on that downtrend ever since, and now we're in a steeper downtrend on ETH Bitcoin. We could even have a third trend line going even more steep, which is crazy. But if Bitcoin were to start underperforming ETH and we started pushing up, then I could see ETH Bitcoin pushing up to this next trend line, trying to crack it, and then retesting and moving up higher. But for now, I don't think alt season has begun. I know everyone wants to believe that it has, but I think we need full on QE. Once the Fed starts to increase their balance sheet, that would be a good sign. In the time being, they continue to reduce their balance sheet, which is proof that QE hasn't begun. So I know people want to say alt season's begun, but I don't think it has because we haven't seen that start. So once we see that increase in the balance sheet, then that's perhaps when we'll get that crazy move up that we've been waiting for and that we're hoping for 2025. But does that mean that something bad has to happen? Do we need to go into a recession? Do we need to have inflation concerns? Do we need to have an unemployment spike? Like, what do we need for the Fed to begin QE and start to increase its balance sheet instead of reduce or keep it at the same level? We're just waiting for all that to happen, and I think that'll give us those answers that we're looking for. I still remain bullish on Bitcoin for the time being. I do think it's going to crack back above all-time highs and push higher. I do think this is a shakeout, and they just want to destroy both sides. They want to destroy the shorts on the way up, on the long leverage they want to destroy on the way down. They only want the people that are truly believing to remain holding on and to push up higher. Outside of that, they want everybody to get absolutely destroyed. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.